Listen up. Today I'm going to answer a question that's been asked many times, and I'm going to deliver an answer for you. And the question is how to do technical analysis for swing trading for Bitcoin. Because as I'm sure you're all aware, last week, super crash, caught many people off guard. Many people that are in the Bitcoin space, believe it or not, do not know how to do technical analysis, let alone the fundamental analysis. So what I'll be doing in this video is I'll be showing you how I do business in the market, how I navigate the market, and how I'm able to basically pay the bills, right? So with that said, make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way in, and let's just get straight into it. Welcome to today's video on how to do technical analysis for swing trading for Bitcoin. And basically, how you do technical analysis for swing trading is relatively straightforward, how you get it done, right? It's not easy, but it is straightforward in terms of what you need to know and how you need to know it. And the main ingredient for it all is patience, waiting for your setup to materialize in the market before you do anything. Now, on this video, what I'll be doing as part of my technical analysis, part of my routine, and the tools that I use is I'll be using the volume profile. So it could either be fixed range volume profile or the anchored volume profile, but I'll be using one of them anyways, right? As well as I'll be using trend lines and price, as well as the overall market structure, all of that cool stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing. So with that said, let's begin the process. So first things first, let's recap as to what took place last week. So last week, this is the candle right here. This was on Friday, this candle right here, okay? So this basically was a flash crash due to Trump's tariffs announcement. So it happened during the time when there wasn't really any data available in the markets whatsoever because the US government has shut down. So this took everybody by surprise. Now, this situation that took place did take many people off guard. But however, if you understand technical analysis in the way that I'm going to explain it to you, hopefully next time you have a rough idea as to how to protect yourself in the market. Because like I said, it is relatively straightforward. However, it's not easy. There are things you need to know that will help you in this process. So now that we've worked out what happened to the Bitcoin market, we now need to work out what we can do moving forward to make sure we don't get caught slipping. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to bring in trend lines right now, and this is going to give us a rough idea as to where everything is. So we're going to go to my trend line array, select the array, and what I normally do with my trend lines is some people will normally point it up here, okay, at which point you can clearly see where you would have gone wrong. You would have won, but then you could have gone wrong quite easily. So what I like to do is as market changes and market develops, I adjust my trend line. So I'm not going to have a million trend lines on my chart. I just need one, and now just adjust it to the new low of market at the moment. So at this point, it is this area right here. So we're going to select this location. That's where the trend line is going to go. And now with that said, we can see where price is moving downwards. Price is currently sitting at this level right here, okay, or it's come close to this level right here, which is a resistance level that it broke through, but it's sitting at that level right now, and that is 109,255. So it's sitting at that level right now, and what we're kind of waiting for to see if price is going to move away. It will support the idea of where I've placed my trend line right now. It will support the idea that price is kind of moving away. So if you wanted to tap in, this would make a lot of sense. But however, we're not done yet. We still got a lot of work to do. As a matter of fact, let me just bring on my pointer. It's going to make things a lot easier, right? So we know what to do now in terms of a rough idea as to what to do if market closes above 109,255. Okay, let's add more spices to the meal to make sure that we've got everything going in the correct direction. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm just going to apply the volume profile, and I'm going to find a good location where I want the volume profile to go, and I'm going to say I'm going to start it from around, say, this area right here. So this is where I want the volume profile to go. So let's select the anchored volume profile. So that's it right here, and we're going to pick it from this location right here. Okay, so we can kind of see what's happening. Okay, so what it is that we can see is price is outside of the value area high, which is this location right here. It's now sitting above, and it looks like it wants to do some type of a retracement. That's what it's looking like right now. So at this point, it is super important that we become aware of when things get dangerous, when taking long positions in a market no longer makes sense, right? When you should be looking for bearish moves. And and I'm going to point these areas out to you. There is the textbook understanding of when to do certain things and when not to do it. So there are two levels here, but there is one major one that's the one that's going to actually let us know what's happening, and we are some distance away from that right now, if you need to know, right? So first things first, let me point that out. So in this area right here, we have a low volume node, right? And what happens in low volume node areas is price does one of two things. Either it rejects off that area and it blasts it through. So as part of my strategy, it makes the most sense to look for entries and exits around low volume node areas, supposing to looking for entries and exits in high volume node areas, if that makes sense. So how my strategy works is this: I will mark out this area right here, and I will say, so I'm just going to get a little the box tool, and we're going to highlight this area right here. And we now know, okay, that if we get a close under this, okay, we should be looking for sales. But at the same time, it does not mean that Bitcoin has gone bearish. It is super important that we know that. It does not mean that Bitcoin has gone bearish. There is a signal that will let us know when Bitcoin has gone bearish, and I'm going to share that with you now. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to point out the locations as to where this is. As a matter of fact, let me get rid of this box right here and let me add on a grade instead, because I think this is going to be way more beneficial. Plus, you can see the price levels without me having to tell you. So let's make this yellow so we can see where I put those levels. So you can see on the right, that's the level of the top side of the low volume node, and we have the bottom side of the low volume node. Okay, so the bottom side of the low volume node is when it gets to 98, at which point every single guru on social media will be ringing the alarm bells if price ever gets to 98, and you'll be getting one or two advices when that happens. Either it's a fantastic opportunity to get in, or it's about to go bearish. You'll be getting one of those informations from all of those gurus when that happens. Okay, but however, that doesn't mean it's going into a bearish state at all. It doesn't mean that, in my opinion, based on experience, it doesn't mean that at all. When it is gonna go bearish, it's when this happens. Okay, this is when it knocks out this level right here. So when Bitcoin is going to go bearish, right, when the party is about to end, this is when it will knock out this low volume node area, and we will get a close below 71k, right? So as it stands, looking at what we are looking at right now, okay, we can see a couple areas of interest. We do have the resistance level, which is at 109. So if you get price close above that, we know that we can tap in and ride it to the upside. And I'm also going to be talking about areas of concern should that happen in terms of take profit zones, right? Now, if we get price come into 104, between 104 and 98, okay, it is a concerning level. It is a level of concern, but however, it's not time to panic. If you're in a long position and you've taken the long position anywhere around 115 and 120, then yeah, maybe you kind of want to panic. But if you haven't, and you took your positions from between, I don't know, 82 to 71, then you don't really have much to worry about in this stage, right? But you do need to be worried. Okay, so as it stands, if price comes into 104 and 98, we don't panic. We just get ready to either double down if conditions meet the criteria for us to double down, or we stay out, or you exit the market. These are decisions that you will make, right? If we get price come into 82 or 71k, then we know that things is going bad, especially if we get a close below 71, at which point we know market is collapsing. Okay, so these are the takeaways. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do right now is I am going to bring on a fib level. Okay, now what this fib level is going to do is going to help us kind of figure out when things go bad how we need to behave. Okay, so let's see if these fib levels matches up with anything I've just talked about right now. Okay, so as it stands, the 61 level of the fib level, which is this right here, let me I think I'll draw a box around this zone. It's gonna make things a lot easier. So we're just gonna draw a little box around this zone right here. So this is the fib level of the 61 zone. Okay, as we can see, we've got price. So let's go back to what I've just said earlier. Okay, I know there's a lot of lines on here right now. Okay, I know, but hopefully it's gonna make sense, right? I try to do it in a way where we can bring everything in step by step to make life a little bit easier, right? So bear with me, and any questions that you may have, if the charts is looking confusing, do let me know in the comment section, and I will probably post them separately as screenshots in the community area, so to better help you understand what's happening, if that makes sense, right? So getting back to where we was, so we have this level right here, which is the resistance level that has been taken out and it's now come under it now, right? It's now come under it, but that's the resistance level of 109, okay? Now, what we're waiting for is we want to see a close above 109 to let us know that we can continue buying the market, all right? For that, I've applied the fib, and the fib is recommending, based on how I've laid it on the chart, that we need to take that from the 61 level. The 61 level right now is currently sitting at 111k. So let me just drop a little level right here. Let's hope I get it accurate. Okay, so we're going to make this one blue, just so it's easy for everyone to see. So this blue level right here is where we will be looking for entries based on what is happening now if we get a close above this level, and that will be 111k, right? Our safe TP. So if you're a holder, right, disregard everything I'm about to say now because it doesn't apply to you. You're holding forever. If you're trading this, then this is the zone you kind of want to look at. The zone you kind of want to look at is these highs over here, and that zone, let me add another little level on here, and that zone is going to be anywhere just under or just above 123k, right? That's where you're going to want your TP to go, right? Now, it is looking extremely busy on this chart right now, so first things first, I think I'm going to, yeah, this is fine. You guys will get it. I mean, all the information on here is super relevant, super useful, so we don't really want to just get rid of it. But these are the levels in question. These are the levels you want to be keeping an eye on. These are the levels that will assist you in your trades moving forward. At the making of this video, Bitcoin is currently flying down, okay? So it opened today at 107. It's now sitting at 106. So it's done a drop of around 1,000, right? And it's still heading in that way now. So as it stands, my recommendation, my advice would be, if you want to jump in, if you're shorting, well, it kind of makes sense to do it, but I would be more patient. And the overall message to you all is just to be patient. Now, another thing as well, there is something that I actually didn't tell you, which is that it is super important that you wrap your head around how to use the volume profile, okay? It is one of the most, it is the best tool that I have ever touched in the market, if I'm to be honest with you, all right? Obviously, this is a personal preference. So if you want to get your head around volume profile, how I use volume profile, okay, there is a video that's being recommended to you right now. It is about the volume profile playlist. Go through it all so you have a really good understanding of the volume profile. So whenever I drop a video using volume profile, which I will do, it's going to be easier for you to follow along, as well as it's going to be easier for you to backtest. All right. So with that said, I want to thank you for coming over to watch this video. Okay. I do hope you find the content useful, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one.